Hey y'all, it's your girl Celestine's Camera Roll, and if you are not familiar with this segment on my channel, this is the story time segment, and it is what? Story time Saturdays. If you didn't catch the story last week that I told last Saturday, go ahead and catch up on that. There's also other parts to that story, but we're gonna do something a little different, something a little on the creepy side. It's gonna get scary today, okay? So this story is going to be about how my father delivered me a message from the grave because he wanted to get a message to me. And I never experienced this before with anybody else. And the crazy part is I never got to know my father, never met him. When I did meet him, it was like at an age I couldn't remember. And yeah, so that's the story about that. Y'all know these TikToks that be like,
tell me about the weirdest dream you've had that you don't actually think was a dream at all.
Yeah, them TikToks. Well, this is the YouTube version. I have told it on TikTok and it did get a lot of views because it is kind of a creepy story, but let's get into it. So I was about in my 20s when this happened to me, and I was living on my own. And one day, you know how that goes, you go to bed, you take a rest, but then everything didn't come to me in the order it did until it happened to me. So I'm going to tell y'all a little bit of a backstory. My mother is now deceased. My biological mother is deceased. My biological father is deceased, which is the man that I'm telling this story about. And this story is about my biological father, the man that actually created me with his groin. Okay? And so this gets kind of creepy because I've never experienced this before. So as I said, I never met him before. I was upset because my mother's side of the family, they chose not to be a part of my life, chose to shut me out for whatever reason. And I decided to talk to my mother before she passed away, and I asked her about my father, what his name was and where he was from. And she told me. I then went on a hunt and dialed like a 1-800-FREE-411 number and found his side of the family. Now, this dream didn't come until I actually got connected with them. When I tell you, it was like an outlet that needed the missing plug. I mean, I was the outlet and they were the plug. So I got to talking to like the eldest sister of my father, and she was like, yeah, can you send me pictures of you? Let me see what you look like. I sent her pictures of myself. She said, you look exactly like him. We know you his. We know you his. So they immediately started claiming me. She then asked for my address to send pictures of my father to me. She also sent me his obituary. My father has been deceased since 2001. So he's been gone for quite a while. So let me tell y'all, I had a dream. I went to sleep one night. I had a dream. Now, my father was a guitar player. And when I tell you, this dream felt so real, I can't explain it to you any other way. And it didn't happen until I connected myself with their side of the family and I had his obituary within my home. When I tell you, I went to sleep. And there was this man, and I wasn't able to put together the dream right that night, right that day. It took a while. When I tell you, there was a man behind the curtain. He was smiling at me. He was behind the curtain. He was on stage playing a guitar, and I was looking at him, admiring him from behind the curtain. Like, yeah, that's my dad. My dad played guitar. Like, literally admiring him. It felt so real, like I was actually there in real time. The song that he was playing was by an artist known as Chuck Berry. And he was playing Johnny Be Good. Go, Johnny, go, go. Go, Johnny, go, go. That's all I remember. Now, this is what he was playing in my dream. Now, when I came to real life and woke up, I went in the kitchen. I started cooking breakfast, eggs to be exact. And I was actually putting onions in my eggs. I just wanted onions in my eggs. I don't know why. As I'm standing at the counter, You know how you get a song stuck in your head? That's what it was for me. And I'm singing, go Johnny, go, go. Go Johnny, go, go. I'll insert a little bit of the songs.
He could play a guitar just like a ringing a bell. Go, go. Go Johnny, go.
When I found out who actually made that song, my foster mom told me it was a guy named Chuck Berry. I said, wow, that's a real song? She said, yes, it is. So, when I tell you, in the dream, he kept saying, I'm your father. I'm your father. He didn't say anything else to me. Other than that, he was smiling. He was happy. He was looking at me, giving me a look of attention, like that he was giving me his attention. He just kept saying, I'm your father. I'm your father. I'm your father. I'm your father. He wouldn't say anything else during the dream. Nothing else. He would just smile at me and look at me in admirance, and I would smile at him and look at, and I'm telling you, it felt so real. When I tell y'all, when that song was ringing in my head when I woke up in real life, I'm no longer dreaming, and I'm singing, go Johnny, go, go, go all day. And I'm like, ugh. When you look up the lyrics to the song, let me read y'all the lyrics. This is gonna creep y'all out. Okay, so the lyrics are, where there lived a country boy named Johnny B. Good, who never ever learned to read or write so well, but he could play a guitar just like a ringing bell. He used to carry his guitar in a gunny sack, go sit beneath the tree by the railroad track. All the engineers would see him sitting in the shade, strumming with the rhythm that the drivers made. These people passing by, they would stop and say, oh my, what that little boy, country boy could play. The song is about a man who has a love for his guitar and playing the guitar. If you look at my father's obituary, what is he holding? My father played background for Earth, Wind and Fire, the Delphonics, and he also did some stuff with the Chi-Lites as well. So my father, as it was told to me, he almost got his big break. And this was something I would always hear from them, his side of the family, about him. So when I tell you, I opened the obituary and I caught on to a date. I opened Chuck Berry's obituary, and this was the date that I saw for his birthday. I then opened my father's obituary, and this is what I saw for his birthday. And the message in the dream was, I'm your father. I'm your father. If that don't give you chills, I don't know what does. That, my friend, is the story about how my father came to me in a dream to deliver me the message that he was my father. So that is today's story time for Storytime Saturday. Comment down below if you've had something like that happen to you, even with a family that you've met before, a family member that you met before. See, it's different with me because I never met my father. So that's what creeped me out even more. The fact that he did this when I haven't even met him in a time that where I could remember. And it's just the fact that when they want to get a message to you, they will. So comment down below if something like this has ever happened to me. And if you made it to the end of this story, comment a guitar in honor of my father and Chuck Berry as well. Rest in peace to both of the legends, Chuck Berry and my father. I will see you guys on the next one. And before I go, y'all know the slogan. When I do a story time, it gets crazy.